When I think about excitement, I remember the dark-haired stranger in Seven Sins. I don't know him, but when I felt his gaze on me, every part of my body responded. There was an intensity in his stare that left me breathless. I was almost certain he'd come talk to me, but he never did. He sat at the bar watching, as if he was the hunter and I was the prey. He seemed to exude darkness and danger, something I'd become accustomed to with my father's line of work. Being a senator's daughter puts me in all kinds of situations where I could be hurt, and that's why my father has bodyguards who follow me around as if I'm some sort of celebrity. And I suppose I am, in a way. Which brings me back to Seven Sins, the club I frequent with Amber. It's the safest place in town because of the amount of security, and the anonymity allows me freedom to enjoy a glass of wine without being bombarded by the press. I started going there a year ago, but since I first saw him 6 months ago, I've had another reason to go. When I saw him there tonight, I was sitting with Amber, and while she sat giggling about some guy, my eyes were locked on him. I watched as he moved through the crowd, his gaze flitting over to me every few moments. And then I saw him take a woman to the back of the club. We all know what happens back there. Each room is filled with instruments that can bring pain or pleasure. Since I learned more about it, I've wanted to go back there, to experience it for myself. Perhaps the pain a man like him gives will allow me the release I crave. But for some reason, I've just never had the courage to go into those rooms, to ask a man to dole out pain I know will give me the reprieve I need. The door to my bedroom flies open and Hudson saunters in as if he owns the house, this room. He's already dressed in a 3-piece suit, and for a 24-year-old guy, he looks far too distinguished. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great that he takes care of himself. But I want someone who's rough around the edges. Someone who is almost as uncomfortable in a suit as he is comfortable in black leathers and ripped jeans. A man. Dangerous, and perhaps deadly.